one. We are here today with head coach Dennis Papadatos following today's wrestling match against Buffalo. Coach, give us your thoughts following the match against the Bulls.
We're two teams, and our lightweights are giving momentum to the other team. That's why I try to draw and go 84 every time. Not even to win the duel, because the guys that have been getting things done, I want to give them a fair shake, because at this point, we're focused on a few guys that can do something at the national tournament. So I want to put them in the best light. So the lightweights got to do a better job, man, of fighting. Not winning, fighting. And we showed it last week. I don't think we saw it this week. I mean, I want other people to be honest. I know I'm the head coach, but other people, am I being dishonest to say that we would like to see more aggressiveness and fight and grit out of our lower weights, because it gives belief and confidence to the other side. I thought Hoyle was flat. I thought Hoyle wrestled hard, but was flat and was not sluggish, just not confident that he can find a way to score that. Held on too long, and one thing didn't go his way, and that happens. Same thing with Joe. Joe beat that kid 6-1 at the Clarion Open. We got to beat that kid. And then we started changing the confidence on it with the ride, and then just he came off the mat and said, "When should I pull the trigger?" I don't know, 100 times. When should you pull it? You should have taken a lot more matches. I thought Erickson wrestled hard. Just makes a lot of mistakes, but he wrestles hard, and I like his attitude. And Ricky just being out for so long. He's finally healthy. He's healthy. His weight's great, making weight. I think he just struggles believing in his confidence right now, in his shot right now, because he wasn't able to shoot for so long with his knee. So now, even though his knee feels better, I keep asking him, "How does your knee feel?" It feels good. Then why aren't we shooting? I don't know. Right? So we got to get through that, right? I don't think he lost from lack of effort. He's probably 2 or 3-0 against a kid in his career. Hasn't wrestled him this year, but every match has been a point or overtime. So it's not like every match looks like that. We just usually get that final thing that finishes it off over him. So that was frustrating. 84, 97 in heavyweight, I thought they stayed composed in a hostile environment, which shouldn't be a hostile environment because it's our home. And we dug ourselves a hole, and they focused on them, and I told them we need to focus on them so we can figure out things for the rest of the year. So we're two teams right now, and that's to put it simply, we're just not a very good dual meet team right now. I was not expecting that. I made a schedule based off being a very good dual meet team because everyone thought we were going to be. Maybe that's my mistake. Maybe some of that's bad luck. Some of that's my mistake. So we're gonna use what we need to use out of it, right, and try to make sure we make the best of the year coming into February and March.
Now open the floor to questions.
Go ahead.
Coach, so there were quite a few matches, even with the freshmen, the lighter weight freshmen, who they were facing off against seniors or graduate students, and not just the lighter weight, even the slightly heavier weights. What's your assessment overall on how they were able to kind of adjust to much more experienced talent?
That doesn't matter in our sport. That doesn't matter. Right now, the number 1 ranked country wrestler in 165 is a true freshman. The number 2 guy is a true freshman. It doesn't matter no more. True freshmen go on and win nationals. In fact, the 6-year seniors are struggling because they've been doing it for 6 years. Their bodies are beat up, right? It's all about believing. We looked better last week. Those down low, up top, down low. So not to disregard your question, but it doesn't matter, right? We allowed to be bullied around, and when you get bullied around, this is a mano sport, and when you get that's kind of what happens. So being a freshman had nothing to do with it. Not knowing what they expect to do with themselves does, because there's true freshmen that go on and win national titles. So and it happens every year. So I don't think it matters.
So despite today's tough loss, what would you say is the biggest takeaway, something good that happened in terms of a good takeaway?
What was good? First of all, we're gonna score a takedown till 197. Do you realize how sad that is against a team that has no rank guy? They're tough. They are very good. They don't have a hole, but no one has a super high end on their team right now. Their 33-pounder has been high, but he's struggling this year, and I don't think he's even ranked anymore. But he was at one point. He was ranked top 10, but he's not right now because he's had, So the positive is we're going in with no momentum, at 84 against a kid that every match that kid wrestles, if he wrestles a kid that's 0-50, it's 0-0, and if he wrestles to the defending national champion, it's 0-0. He's very just hard to score on. So I thought he stayed composed and he won. I thought Trey stayed composed and won, and I thought Zach stayed composed and dominated. So that's the takeaway, that some of our guys that have gotten it done said, I'm not going to let this affect me, right? So I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them in that instance, that they didn't let it, maybe affected them a little bit because it's hard not to, but they stayed tough and like, I deserve to win. I'm good enough to win. I'm going to win. Let me win this, you know? So that's my takeaway. I'm positive.
So, staying on the subject of the heavyweights,
Right.
Charles Small, if I recall, last time he went into a double overtime match was against Tate Samuelson in the NCAA tournament last year.
Yep.
He goes beyond double overtime today, and he had just so much endurance and so much determination to just not concede any points of his own, not to get taken down,
Right.
just being very defensively. What's your assessment on just how much momentum he's carried into this season and how just durable he is this season? And
He's got more confidence in himself, and the truth is, we almost won that match like 9 times. That kid never almost won the match, right? So if we lost that match, it would have been a tragedy. We took the risks, we put ourselves in the position to win, and we finally just got it done. So we deserve to win that match. So I'm glad that. But sometimes when you know you're better and you deserve to win, and it's not going your way, and the dual meet's not going your way, and the season for the team's not going the way, you start going, what bad is going to happen to me now, right? And he did. I'm going to win this anyway. So he just has more confidence and belief and expectation in what we're doing and himself, and just expects, like, you cannot beat me. You can't beat me. I don't care. Yeah, I was trying to major you, but you're not beating me. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of him for that, for sure.
What do you think needs to be, or what do you think the team needs to do to overcome that adversity that you guys are currently facing?
Some of it is our own. Listen, some of the adversity is we had the worst luck with our starter. Like I said, there's 5 people wrestling today that weren't expected to be in the starting lineup, right? And none of those won, right? So, and then the 5 that are, 3 won and 2 lost in overtime, right? Like, you know what I mean? So, they need to get grittier, because this is a gritty sport, and they're getting out-gritted, not out-technique. These kids weren't hitting this beautiful elbow control. Where did you learn that from? From a Russian video? No, they got out-gritted. And that comes from here and gut and expectation. They're getting out-gritted, right? And so they have to replicate that more themselves in the room, right? We can make practice hard, but you gotta decide to grit the hard situations in practice. And if you're not gritting them in practice, there's no way you're gonna grit them out here. So they need to get grittier, because a lot of those kids are talented. They just are feeling bad for themselves, if that makes sense. And they have to stop feeling bad for themselves, because when you do, bad things happen. Like whatever the team score was and whatever their match score was, 27-12, 27-13, something like that. Crazy. Now imagine we win those 2 overtime match, 41 and 57. It's kind of a different situation there, but it is what it is, Hopefully, we're still working on getting Greg back, and Templeton may wrestle tomorrow, and hopefully Ross, and then it is what it is. We got a lot of work to do, but the truth is, we're not a very good dual meet team right now, and we have a very tough dual meet schedule. I don't like saying that, but it's the truth. We got a little time to fix it. I don't know how much we can fix the dual meet season, but we still can have a successful year at the end of the year, and we have no choice but to.
If there are no more questions at this time, this concludes today's post-match press conference. Coach, thank you.
Thank you.